here. You feel like this is the most set up for success that he can be, opting for the set.
Now, we know Adam's set from, I think it was Playoffs or Worlds, I can't remember so much, where he just pushes in the first 3 waves and runs mid and ganks mid, blows his flash, make sure he has mid push, and then they can come top.
Zlatan's hiding inside
Secret
the Dragon
Zlatan.
Pit. Mercer's gonna get caught up by that Mantra Q, lands the death sentence. Flame Choppers will at least interrupt the engage from Syncroft. Flash forward from Zlatan. His first blood picked up by Team BDS. That is a steal away from Syncroft to land the death sentence onto Mercer. Vito's late to the party and cannot impact.
Baiting in a fight which you're not ready to take. Adam setting up, pulling on the top side of the map currently.
I'm pushing very far ahead. Swoop shot will catch him out. Precision protocol as well. Adam is looking, not going to be able to find the shield, and pretty easy kills in here at the first of their game, but this will open up a cross-map play once again.
Okay, so as much as you have that CS advantage, don't have a tower, might not have a support alive either.
Not yet. The flash, the flay, sidestep away from the death sentence, and Xmati will use that Gale Force to dash forward. It ends up being a 1-for-2.
They drafted for him, baby.
On his head, which is also a little bit surprising because Xmati was one of the
is that if you go into a fight, you're rarely making it out at that point. That's a strong kill combo from Matty.
So much damage! Not going to be able to avoid the death sentence. Matty really confident there. And ultimately, 90 caliber net sends him back to the fountain. While that was going on, look at the minimap. A number of wards from BDS have just been placed into the jungle, and we're 30 seconds away from the dragon.
Okay, it might be a kick.
Is going to flash forward, insta-flash from Limit, but Adam is still available. He throws down VTO into the middle lane, manages to pull back Neon, but a flash away secures another kill, just like that. Misfits tie up the goal, tie up the kills, and VTO throwing all the skill shots 1,000,000 miles away. Sleepy Trouble Bubble will cut off Syncrov's escape. Continues to get poked down. The rest of Misfits arrive, and Nuclear Int will get caught out once again. A double flay from Mercer. That's another kill to Misfits. Nuclear Int is now trying to turn it around. Here comes Xmati. Ace in the hole. Will pick it back up. 6-6. The Realm Warp throws Nuclear Int into the middle lane. No flash, no heal. That's a dead Neon is going to get taken out. One more shot. Nuclear Int finds it, but now here it joins the fray. Xmati firing away. That's going to be the hook shot away.
You've got the rocket even to start finishing off the first kill and get Neon right into the fight. Adam does try and make things a little bit interesting with zone engage.
Creative team fights. You know, when you look at Adam with the showstopper, when you think of the Realm Warp that Nuclear Int
Viego being a champion.
There we go. There's options there, but it will come down to execution as Adam
double TP
was pushing all the way to the top turret. 2 teleports thrown down. Zlatan joins the fray as well. The rest of Team BDS pushing onto the jungle in the bottom lane, and Adam concedes his third. It does feel very, very close. A minute to go for the next dragon. Misfits group follow-up. Dragon is alive, and we're in a 5v5.
Okay, traps have gone down. Let's see how much BDS can do with their control. Another bubble lands, though.
Going to land. That's Xmati asleep, and so much follow-up damage. But Zlatan gets instantly rooted and locked into place, steals away the dragon, and escapes with his life. Neon is running, chasing, waiting to get excited.
They get out!
The Realm Warp does have the teleport in the bottom lane.
Using vision. VTO's walking up. This is quite dangerous, actually.
Flash over the wall. VTO goes golden. Needs to find the lantern. Is there enough time? No, there is not. It's Xmati that picks up the kill. Here to play on the Baron.
Okay, again, you're fishing for the mistakes. Now Zlatan on the flank, but there's a Realm Warp.
There is a Realm Warp indeed. Nuclear Int gets held into place. Neon down to 50%. Nuclear Int is taken out, and Adam's trying to find more damage as Neon is firing rocket after rocket. Zlatan is running the rest of BDS away. Ward hops over the wall. 1-for-1 in the second engage.
Oh, there's beaten bodies everywhere, bruises across the board, but Zlatan finally hits the ground.
Everybody's holding their breath, myself especially, because we have another long team fight.
Here we go, there's the Ghost.
Coming. Nuclear Int chasing with the Ghost. Misfits are split up. That's a great pullback.
Oh, the kick!
They managed to pick up Zlatan on the back end, though. Here it is, jump onto Limit. Neon gets excited, still alive, still full health. Runs down Xmati, and as soon as Jinx gets excited, the arcane buff is activated, and Nuclear Int, the last man standing, gets aced by Misfits.
It's 4!
Adam Syncroft, BDS trying to force their fight, and there was moments when they may have been able to pick up a little bit more. Misfits in the end, with VTO as well as Neon. Dominic's regards. We're setting up again. There's a dragon available. Here it's coming in from behind. I fancy there's another fight. Zlatan goes all the way forward, manages to find Xmati. The super mega death rocket burns him down, but not enough for the kill. Now all of a sudden Adam, He gets targeted, pulled backwards with the death sentence. Here it solos out Limit. Hills was in a 1v3 and managed to find the killing blow. TP Trouble Bubble not yet fired. That he's going to find on Syncroft, but not chasing. Instead, Misfits, they turning for the base.
You can understand why BDS were trying to stand and fight, give one last defense before the siege sets up in earnest. But they skip a few steps, cut a few corners, and Misfits cut them to pieces.
Well, I'll take a look at the death time. It's 24 for Adam, 14 for Limit. Neon going to get a good chunk onto Xmati. They do not secure the inhib yet. That's because Schlatan is on the Dragon Pit. Here it is pushing down bottom. Nuclear In just gets caught out and will get taken down. Flash forward from Neon. He gets the killing blow. Syncroft going to look for the Heartbreaker, but simply not this Dragon. That will make it 2 apiece. The Misfits with a slightly risky end to that siege. We're secure, but all 3 lanes pushed into Team BDS's base. Here it will pick up yet another turret, and now Misfits playing a little bit of the patience game. Realm Warp is going to deliver a number of Team BDS members on to Neon. He's down 700 gold bounty picked up. Here it will be able to secure the inhibitor turret, slowly being chipped away. Inhibitor number 2 secured, and if you're in Misfits' shoes, you played slow, you played safe, wait for it.
Very few ways to get under Misfits' skin.
Adam does have teleport available. Mercer will take an ace in the hole as he's running away. 4 members of Misfits now inside the pit. They secure the Baron.
You have given over that second Baron buff. We saw how destructive the first one was. This is going to be even more so. This is probably going to take the Nexus.
Okay, teleport is up for here. He's level 17. Be a little late to the fight, but keep your eyes on Nuclear In. That Realm Warp could open up an opportunity, but it needs to be pixel perfect. The amount of time it's taken.
There it is.
Here comes Hera to the top lane. Realm Warp will only deliver Adam. Showstopper pushes Mercer backwards, and Vito is able to escape with the Gale Force and the Flash. There's no kills just yet as Adam gets a gigantic shield. Schlatan and Hera jump onto Xmati, hit, delete, and send him to Grayscale. 3 members of BDS running for their lives, and this is going to be a miracle if it happens, and I don't think that it will. Neon is unlocked, turns his attention to the remaining members of BDS. Now all of a sudden Vito trying to chip away onto the turret. Syncroft taken out by Vito. The Misfits are now putting on a show as they try to pick up a couple extra kills, pad those stats, and look to take down Team BDS once again. Of mobility on the side of the rogue composition. I'm going to go with a bit more of a disengage tool in Janna.
Okay, so the Janna stops, of course, a lot of the heavy dive, the dive buddies of the Janna and the Vex. If you manage to catch them out, it's straight into
the jungle.
Oh, Melron's a bit far
coming up as well. That's a great damage followed through. Deo's chucked out the ultimate and picks up first blood. Turns his attention to Lawson. Spirit rushes and flashes to safety, but will not get away.
Wave in quite a difficult spot there, being pushed in. Promise You comes in, and it's a potential for a dive under the mid turret.
3 members, Solar Flare into the E, the Cataclysm, and Deo gets his second. It is, of course, traded there onto Promiscu. Malrang's waiting for a potential of his own. Trimby's coming up from the river. Zanzara flashes out to safety. He stays alive and uses the flag and the drag. Not going to be enough there with the super mega
Finds
death.
the shot in the dark, but that knows that they're on the dragon.
They're going to get dove. They're going to get dove.
There
The
they
vision
are.
toggle from the observers gave it all away. Trimby is stun locked into oblivion. Comps low on mana, got the flash and the cleanse, and they literally don't matter. More kills to us.
Talks about Astralis's improvements, looking once again to hammer home the advantage.
Larson gets jumped on. Spirit rushes away with the first charge, lands the charm. That's a Spirit rush for a second. 2-man knockup from that Howling Gale. Malrang will kill Zanzara and the super mega
It's a
death.
bit of a bait right now. You can see how dark it is for the side of Rogue. Both teams, okay.
Larson, Spirit rush and flash. He may not get a chance. Flashes away, second charge. Finally taken down.
None better for the wear.
Now, Astralis at the 14-minute mark. As we start to move into mid-game, they still have that 1,200 gold.
This is going to be a lot less high burst from that champion. Maybe you can start playing around your own very high burst of the Vex with so many kills.
I mean, Promiscu feeling variable to him, and will be able to move his way towards Trimby. Promiscu gets locked into place. All of a sudden, Larson's coming in from behind as the tower's taken down. 2 Astralis fancy.
Right now, in the early game, Astralis have had the better end of it.
Yeah, they have, but it's not enough of a lead, in my opinion. Rogue will pick up the second tower.
That's not that close to completion. I think he might get
Does it
caught
finish?
here.
Does it finish? Does it finish?
Oh!
It does not finish, and Larson gets caught out on the recall. will be taken out this time
They're okay
by...
at balancing the map, but it's all at the deficit of Larssen on the first Ari pick, and nearly see this split.
1-4-1 on the champion.
That's my match history, all right.
I do think credit should be given here to the Astralis players because they've jumped on him. They've focused him. They've moved around to punish Larssen, and that's why. Dayo's up 4-0-2. That's why Kobe's up 2-0-2. Why they're going to pick up their second dragon here. And now we're going to see how do Rogue come back. The thing is, you do still have to
coordinated. They're there when the lanes are pushing in. They're there catching people on vision just like that.
Exactly. Larssen this time around will be able to turn it.
Oh,
and it's going to be
far?
Promiscu taken out by Kopp. Malrang jumps all the way forward. Dragon Rage kick will buy some time, and he's conceded. The long shadow from Dayor not going to be enough to find Trimby just yet. Monsoon available for that reset, and that hit points, and it's thrown down. Odo being jumped on by White Knight, who's used his ultimate force to flash into the pit.
Is finally here to look for the pokes. It's the Muramana already evolved for Odo Amne. Point of power.
Just the engage coming out. Cataclysm down, and that's already a dead Zanzara. But the surge from Dayor will take one back as Odo is removed from the fray. Trimby survives with the Eye of the Storm before he's just taken out. And Comp will be next. Kobe running amok, and Larssen, the last man standing for Rogue, is being chased by White Knight. And Kobe is running with that Zeri. Gonna be firing out those spams, and not just yet. That's such good sense. That's finally caught out. The Zenith Blade from Promiscu and taken out by Kobe. 6-0-4. 2.5K, the lead. What do Astralis do with it?
What do they do with it? They're going to go take that.
Simplify the composition in some ways. Just go in, sort of press R, and people follow up.
I hope you do it at the same time. Kind of utility. It's a sad situation. And it might be sad on the top side for the side of Rogue as they found their way into an Astralis team fight.
The charm lands onto Zanzara. He flashes over the wall. Kobe's godlike, taking down Malrang. How the hell did Zanzara make it out? Now Dayor's pushing forward, held onto the trigger. And Astralis will take that top tower, will peel back into the Baron pit. They played with the darkness until...
Ariel's back up, they look for a pick.
Now, can this Baron be secured? Wang's Larssen moving forward. Going down, 5,000 hit points. Super Mega Death Rocket once again, not going to find the target as White Knight hops over the wall, takes down Odo Amne. Zanzara and Kobe stay inside the pit as Trimby and Comp trying to move forward. Larssen dashes forward, dashes over the wall, but it's not going to work. And it's ultimately, they are playing to the win conditions of their composition, and they are significantly ahead of Rogue. They're not done yet, as all of a sudden, Odo's forced to flash away to safety. The game has been played. Makers, right? We'll see who else they're going to be playing. Now, of course, they do still need to finish this game off.
Brush.
Promiscu's going to try to set it up. Dashes all the way forward. Solar Flare as well. Kobe continues to fire away with that Q. Dayor's now in range. Zanzara holds on to the Cataclysm, and Malrang is because of the decision-making that they have had.
I'm going to throw back a little while here. You know, probably not, because Dayor's actually in a little bit of danger. Pushing up too far. Charm lands.
The charm, it does as well. So does the zap. Flame Chomper's going to come out. So much damage in return, though, and so much more. Dayor goes golden. Can he find himself another? No, not just yet. Teleport now being brought in from White Knight. The rest of Astralis making their way through the jungle. Comp is low. Larsen's low. Larsen's got flash, and that is a dead Ari. Comp is being healed up from that Monsoon. No flash, no
desperation play, but it's certainly desperate as soon as that turnaround damage came in from Dayor. God gets that root. And even without a Baron buff, Astralis
it really, really is. In a lot of the prep that we had coming into this, we talked about draft difference in some of the challenges, and Zanzara, with the help of White Knight. So the first time, Rogue will need to defend their Nexus, and will be against the 10th placed squad. Solar Flare is available. Promiscu steps forward. The charm wears off, and the first inhibitor falls.
Which explode exponentially. Astralis had that, and a Rogue fighting against a mountain.
Oh, Trimby is just about taken down. Collateral damage. And now in a 4v5 without that fight resetting ability of Monsoon, they're going to be able to push down this top tower. Does get taken out. Malrang's looking for something onto Zanzara. He gets away for now, but not before the shot block takes him out. Larssen is caught out, taken down by the mid laner Dayor. Now Malrang's burning underneath the fountains. It's a double for Dayor. The inhibitor's taken out. 4 versus 2. Astralis are pushing onto the Nexus. Comp does not have any summons available as Odo trying to find those shock blasts. The second Nexus tower will fall. Here comes Trimby. He's going to be able to help out for the fight. White Knight's going low. That's a damage onto Trimby. Comp gets excited. Not going to be able just yet. Finally takes down Kobe. All of a sudden, Rogue's not available for White Knight or Dale. But Dale, Promiscu, and Zanzara, they're making their way into the pit. This is going to be a 3v3. 2,000 hit points on the Baron. Dale, does he go in? Does not. It's secured. Zanzara manages to pick it up as Malrung was not in the pit. It was not a smite fight, and it is a triple kill for Dale and Astralis.
That was a very desperate play under desperate circumstances. Larson behind his own lines, going for a charm. I just don't feel like it'll do anything.
Not yet. Look at the mini-map, though. All of a sudden, Zanzara
Graves is
and
on the
White Knight,
Nexus.
they're on the Nexus. The winless will be winless no longer. Rogue Larson and Malrung trying to take out Dale, but they simply can't do it. He's keeping them busy. I think the Nexus is being focused down. It's being hit down. Astralis take down the undefeated Rogue.
It could not be more perfect a situation. It could
Around the somewhat predictability of that unstoppable force. Now let's zoom out and talk about how these two team compositions are, first of all, going to be ideally played and then meet up against. Be in trouble here.
Oh, it's the tri-brush. Don't stand in the tri-brush.
Well, Patrick's going to run for now. Zenith Blade catches him, holding on to that cleanse. The flash is now used. Flashes forward from multiple Vitality members. First blood. No flash available for Patrick. If he goes further forward, problems could arise. Lebrov, flash forward, pillar of ice. Zenith Blade and Patrick is dead to the bees. A second kill secured for Kazi. Patrick versus
Look at
Kazi.
what could have been.
And look at the kill participation, damage per minute, etc. Kazi, statistically speaking, relatively low. It feels like today, every time I bring up a graphic, action will take place. Alfari pushing forward, gets caught out by the three-pronged strike, and Marcoon will get the first cull. So
No way is he going
tries
to do it
to
again.
play that one out, and I wonder if that's a bold choice, because look at the setup
No.
from Vitality.
This
Nuketux
is
gets
so
caught in
unfair.
place, and despite the fact Perks doesn't land.
This is, make no mistake, the strongest part of their game. They do rule the level 1 to 3 mark, and bot lane is using those levels at the same time.
They are indeed. The focus from Vitality is Mickey, but Patrick is wailing onto Kazi, finally turning the damage back around, and Lebrov will not be able to pick up the kill just yet. Focusing the support means they don't block the damage, and that's another
Might work against them in that regard. You can see how quickly everyone is setting up aggressive plays, dive in the bot side.
There is indeed. Selfmade is only level 4. He's got his flash available to him. Alfari gets chunked down. The Pillar of Ice will slow XL on the aggression. The minions being fought, being killed, being removed. Hammerform knocks Marcoon away. He tanks 2 turret shots and a third. Patrick finds a double kill. XL are pushing the top lane. Just a quick note, Alfari picking up a small CS advantage over Finn, and no teleport for Alfari, whereas Finn has his available river.
Okay, so now we've got ourselves potential of a collapse coming in. Mickey playing blocker in the river. It's potentially a catch now on the other side.
So much damage.
Yes, we mentioned that Hexter Emperor already. Lebrov's on site. Potential pick still to happen.
And Alfari and Lebrov gonna get jumped on. That's gonna be another kill here as Lebrov is secured by Marcoon.
Pulls it off in exactly the same place. Different people involved. Kazi able at least to trade something topside, but getting aggressed on by Finn.
All right, Finn's going to use that unstoppable
No matter.
force. Kazi is going to be in so much trouble. He's used the condemn already, down to 100. And Finn with the solo kill. He waited for the E to be on cooldown and said, good luck, bro. Kazi gets dropped. Once again in the mid lane. Lebrov still no ultimate available to him. There's going to be support here from Mickey. The engage from Marcoon, looking for the knock-up. Not going to find it just yet. Nuketux is trying to find the damage as Alfari finally gets Marcoon. Now turning back around to Nuketux. He flashes away. Lebrov gets sniped down with the final spark. And Perks and Alfari still being pushed a little bit away from his jungle as the 4-man stack of XL push in. Nuketux gets jumped on by Selfmade's got the damage, got the chomp, got the subjugate. Marcoon's inside the pit.
It is okay, now in the mid lane. See again a bit of a counterpunch from the side of XL. They don't have anything like Herald in inventory to go. That works for their Vayne, that works for their Jace, that works for their Ryze too. Have to see, of course, if they can capitalize on the Herald. They pick it up.
They do to Vitality. This should be the third here, as Vitality aren't close enough to defend it. Gold lead still stepping just a lot. 1, 2, 3 members of Vitality in this bottom quadrant, but it is matched by XL. They're cross-mapping in the top lane, with tower here will fall in favor of Vitality.
Okay, Finn might be able to have some threat on the tower with an ult, but tower's already gone. No Herald to push the Anti-up even further.
Force and the flash. Finn's going to find himself in the face of a Freljordi and
it's not
Trundle.
even enough.
Here goes the subjugate. Perkz is throwing out the damage, and everything was thrown down, but Canex. Baron is up, Dragon is up, mid-outer as well. But if you look at the minimap, none of the waves are truly set up. Selfmade forced to flash away. The final spark, as well as the Moonlight, does have that solar flare, and Mickey trying to zone away. Baron down to 9,000, is not the fastest. Flash over the wall for Marcoon, trying to find the knock-up as Lavrov managed to flash away to safety. Fires out that solar flare as Alfari is being chopped up by Nukeduck. Finn looks to finish Vitality. 1, 2, now 3 kills coming up shortly. That's yet another for Nukeduck, and finally taken down by Marcoon on Jinzao. No doubt about it. Gold lead in their favor. Baron empowered minions. The second dragon secured here for Vitality.
Response in mid, they have the wave stacked on bot. It's a free turret for them.
Yeah, I really like it. Deep vision inside Vitality's jungle.
Has the ultimate, has no flash. Hex flash away from Lavrov. That's definitely the direction to be going. Watch out for those Trundle pillars again.
Patrick takes a chunk from the AoE of Perkz. Tower's getting hammered around on. Perkz gets jumped out. Marcoon not going to be able to find any further damage, and Perkz escapes. This will allow the inhibitor turret to be the focus.
It's okay. So now, with Perkz back, but with a teleport, there is a chance of a flank.
Advantage in the hands of XL. I'm going to look themselves into Perkz. Realm Warp starts to get channeled and interrupted. Finn gets his level 16. Teleport is up. Realm Warp will be there soon. And then notice a second dragon now falling, only 2 apiece to do so.
If he's not dead yet.
Because his counterpart, Patrick, has already got the Lord Dominic's regards completed. By the way, Perkz very, very clearly pushing this bottom lane. For any old school fans, this is a little bit of a Jizuke cosplay. When he also played that Rise as a Giga split. They are pushing Vitality into their base over and over and over.
Okay.
Perkz is very clearly the target. Jumped on, dashed over, and Nukeduck is looking to find the final hits of damage. Perkz is running for his life. No flash up, and Nukeduck gets yet another get in their head and punish Perkz. Now Marcoon jumps forward, forced to flash away, in fact, as Alfari and the rest of Vitality chase. Lavrov goes all the way in with that Zenith Blade, costs him his life, but manages to pick up Marcoon, and here comes Nukeduck. Alfari is going to die! All of a sudden, Selfmade's the last man standing. Patrick with the chakrams rips Vitality apart. Stays alive a couple seconds longer, and Selfmade is able to find that killing blow. 4 members of Vitality are down. 3 members of XL are down in a crazy engage in the mid lane.
And XL finally pulled things apart. There's a Malphite heading towards the next, but actually pulling off with Selfmade dying. Still don't think it's going to mean the game, but XL find themselves a crucial fight.
I mean, at the end of the day, that was a 4v4 in the middle lane. And Selfmade will be able to escape for now. Inhibitor was taken down in the bottom lane, and we are just having so much time catching those waves. Mickey catch out Lavrov. There's the accelerated shock blast going forward, and Mickey gets taken out. Perkz teleports into the Baron pit. Finn uses the unstoppable force. Now 4 versus 5. This is an opportunity for Vitality. Do they fancy a shot at Baron?
Well, they do have the Vayne at 3 items, large Baron DPS. You still got to be worried of Marcoon. Still got to be worried of the Zeri running rampant.
Moonlight Vigil is available to Patrick. He's got both the blue and purple guns. Realm Warp wins all of Vitality backwards, but the AoE damage from XL is massive. They find the first kill onto Lavrov. Kazi's running for his life as Nukeduck is firing over the wall. Everybody goes golden from the GA, the stopwatches, the hourglasses. Marcoon is down. Kazi stays alive long enough to take down XL's jungler. They find 2 kills at the cost of 2.
I mean, at the start of that, you're going into a 5-man. Aphelios ultimate looked like an absolute horror story. They managed to come back around, but Vitality, are they out of the woods yet?
Finn's still got his ultimate. It's actually just become available. Perkz and Selfmade running for their lives. The zap tags Perkz, slows him down. Finn, does he find the target? Holds on to it for now. Seismic shot for the movement speed. While that's going on, Patrick is picking up the dragon in the bottom lane. Another Q comes out. Nukeduck stepping forward. Finn's holding on, gets the knock up, And the final spark secures the kill. 20.
Zeri, suddenly one of the damage dealers, although they don't die, is out of the fight. And Kazi, who spent a long time being under the boot of XL for most of this game, gets to really kick that off and kick him back.
I mean, unbelievable. Vitality were 100% on the same.
Did we see some comeback fights off of separated carries from their teams? Finn being the one separated now.
Solar Flare into the Pillar of Ice, into the Realm Warp. Finn stays alive long enough because of the stopwatch. He manages to use the ultimate to dash away to safety. Patrick and Marcoon open up the base. And again, they take the inhibitor turret in the top lane. Get the knock up there onto Selfmade. And where is
dirty tech right there, using the double stasis. XL get away from that free.
Yes, they do. I mean, cost a couple of ultis and summoners, but XL playing on multiple lanes with those Baron-empowered minions. Perkz is forced to catch the supers in the bottom lane as Finn is once again locked up by that Pillar of Ice. Nukeduck is firing away onto Love, pushing forward. Thank you, observers, for highlighting that one for me. Alfari's trying to find the accelerated shock blast. He gets some damage onto Mickey. Selfmade again stepping forward. It is just a game of chicken. Who will blink first? Who will fire the first shot? And XL go forward. They jump onto Perkz, who had flash available to him. It's Patrick that gets the kill credit, and Selfmade throws down the subjugate, but he's being melted by the Zeri Aphelios combo. Inhibitor will now be the target, and 4 members of Vitality pushed back into their base. Another inhibitor will fall. No Solar Flare available, and Kazi does have the GA. Does he go into the final hour and try get some damage down? Nukeduck is shooting away. Kazi tumbles forward. LeBron finds a stun, but it's onto Finn. It's the damage dealers. They cannot get through the front line. Second Nexus turret now starts to fall. Marcoon jumps forward onto Kazi, flashes away defensively, and Kazi stays alive just long enough to get to his tower before the GA is now popped. 4 members of XL trying to find Kazi as he flashes off to safety. Gets taken down on the turrets, and XL defeat Vitality.
Brings them to 5-5. XL perfectly. You have things like the Volley Bear and the Leona that will want to try and dive in, get onto the front line, or like create chaos in the team fights, and Braum is going to do a lot to mitigate that. And overall, I like a lot of what SK have drafted for themselves.
Vision, but will they continue this dive? It's going to be very dangerous to do in the immediate TP into the exhaust, into Hylissang flashing away. Now Treats can flash. Gets the auto attack, looking for the concussive blow. Zap will get the slow as well. Upset has the gravitum, so can stop Treats from advancing any further. He will dash back. Humanoid now rejoins the fray. Flashes forward for the room prison. Jezu's got to trade back onto this. Treats almost down first. Blood will be secured. Razork now looking for the dive as Jezu basically not alive any longer. Razork brings home the thunder and the lightning finds its mark. Certus tries to trade back in, but it's all kinds of wrong here for SK. Underneath the tower, they lose everything in the bottom lane.
Still being proactive, and often you'll see them making a lot of plays around the mid lane, around Humanoid. Hylissang and Razork consistently moving towards that part of the map, as you see an all-in top.
Yeah, Janus is 6 a little bit before Wonder here. Wonder's going to knock him back, but Janus with the flash chase. Counter flash from Razork. This should be a 1-for-1 trade on the top side. Janax, though,
or not.
The seismic shard movement speed was top side of the map from now on.
Now, unfortunately for SK, the second half of the split, one of the big things is if they can get a big win, it could be very big as the dive happens.
Stormbringer disables the tower. Jezu retreats, just demolished underneath it. Even their own structures are against them.
Making sure that we have this side lane threat is more important as an engage happens on the Hylissang.
It's smart from SK. They just pull the trigger and they get a kill onto Jezu. Hylissang perhaps thinking he was a little safer than he was, knowing that his jungler in mid were topside, getting that tower. But Janax with a good movement down catches out Hylissang a little bit unawares there from the Fnatic support.
I mean, stall and rely on a late game miracle fight to turn the game around.
Yeah, an issue for SK as well throughout the split has been their early games. They are 10th in goal difference at 40 minutes. They are 10th or tied 9th in first for them here. We have to see if they can fight back in the mid game, but right now, Fnatic are just not giving them a moment to breathe. Gillia stops breathing, he's back to the fountain. Humanoid now chasing Treats and Janax down in a 2v1.
He is very, very good in his role. And while he is playing well, this game very much feels like the Humanoid show. His roams have been very impactful from Fnatic. Nothing too crazy. You can see like very straightforward, very simple macro, but when you have a lead, this is the type of performance that you want to be seeing, right? Just clean execution.
And Certus almost cleanly executed there by Razork because he dived underneath the tower, will be forced away. For anyone who was as confused as I was by the little world's icon of things earlier.
Okay.
So I feel if I do more, then I take up your time, you know?
Okay, well, here we go. Go again.
Hilisack goes in. Gideus, stun. Solar Flare connects. Upset hits with the Calibrum. And Wonder hits with the final damage.
Death befalls Gilius as Fnatic find themselves another pick. They will get themselves the mid-tier 1. They're working on the mid-tier 2, and it's just a one-sided affair. They're going for more kills. Razzle could lose his life.
He's going to lose his life here underneath the towers. Jezu will take him out. Gets excited, but the tower will still fall. And Treats and Jezu have to...
That's a very easy way for SK to come back into the game, so let's not risk it. Good respect being shown. Just the Baron really becomes the next objective that spawns in a minute's time.
Genax and Certus waiting in... Well, line and wait for Wonder as he gets locked up. He's going to try and trade it back, but he just doesn't have the damage. Certus will take him.
They may very well be able to get a kill of their own as Humanoid is going after Genax.
So Genax has plated steel caps in terms of resistances. Ryze does not do physical damage, but yes, unsurprisingly.
Their own jungle, Fnatic move back into the top side and look to deny this vision. Mid is being pushed.
They're on a ward. Genax gets the ultimate onto the backline, but look at how tanky this Ryze is. Razork's knocked back. Humanoid ate everything in that fight and is still above half HP and Treats. You pop the stopwatch, but you're going to go pop shortly after you have the feel as he's chased down. Upset on a killing spree. Realm Warp behind them as Hylissang continues to flash in for the engage. What else but that from Hylissang? The man has no fear, it seems. Wonder and Razzle will chase Certus towards the top side. And although SK found the fight, it's Fnatic.
As you like, it doesn't matter how good your team fight comp is. I will tank it, and I will deny you every opportunity. That's a Baron, that's a 10k gold lead.
Schedule over the next few weeks looks very challenging, but they do need to start picking up wins sometime soon. It's not going to be easy, as we see continuous routes there onto Gilius. Humanoid just chipping away at him across the wall, but Gilius will have to go back to the fountain, and now Fnatic can continue their advance. Next minion wave on its way. They didn't quite sync these, but no one was catching mid, so it doesn't really surprise that Fnatic instead decide to play 5 members strong down towards this bottom lane. The Shock Blast hits, and Jezu goes back once again. Realm Warp across, bring the minions as well. Upset had to flash there. Maybe just being a little bit cautious, as he is still unkilled in this game alongside Humanoid. Double inhibs though for Fnatic, and SK going to try and make a play. You have to feel it's Hylissang that instead goes in. They just dive onto Genax. That's the tank who dies first, and that's never a good sign if you're SK. Fnatic clean it up in the base, and they're looking for the win.
5 members still strong for Fnatic. A clean start into a clean finish. Razork will not drop. Wonder just barely stays alive, and that will be game for Fnatic.
Clean as you like, Reddy. Fnatic made a few stumbles, a few misplays, but SK were never in a position to truly punish them. And Fnatic start off the second half of the split with winning ways once again. 7-3 now as they fight for first.
Just a one-sided
coming in here if they do lock it in. Yeah, I can just flip the Aurelia straight out of the fight. Or the Diana, whichever one dives in first. So we have got a Gwen jungle, Yone top into Graves, which I think is just going to be scaling. Graves probably going to get the early push, but side lane
G2, so just a bit of cross-map plays happening. And with Elyoya now hitting level 6, this could be an opportunity for them to punish Broken Blade as he heads back towards the lane.
And the question is, do they manage to punish Broken Blade here? Because he has the fate sealed. He can jump away from this, and he'll do it, try and get underneath the tower. Elyoya stops him. Armor on the chase here as well. Soul unbound. Broken Blade's going to try and dash back, but as you say, he is dead. Armor got an assist.
Very scary spot to be in, especially with them as your opponents in the future. A hook does land.
Jankos going to get caught out just a little bit here. He tries to turn it back onto Kaiser. Needle work, not enough as Jankos shredded where he stands by Elyoya. He will pay for it with his life as Caps takes him down. Rika missed the Vanguard's edge. Has the flawless duet. Will get the stun, but the Shockwave drags him back. Rika still diving forward. Caps ticking, ticking, ticking. Not quite enough to take him down. Rika will fall in response. G2 find 2. A little bit of pressure because of that. G2 decide they don't want to take the fight around the dragon.
Armament actually going to grab the crab, so denied that.
And we'll be able to secure first tower of the game up here against his former TCL rival as well. Of course, Broken Blade and Armament have a history going back all the time before they joined the LEC. And they were playing in the Turkish Challenger League. And Armor, ever since they both joined the LEC, has had the slight upper hand with Mad Lions winning.
Given. Set up pretty nicely. They're going to get a quick reset off. You can see that these wards are going to be restocked by Kaiser.
Mad Lions seem to be willing just to give up the dragon in exchange for a tower of their own. 600 extra gold for them, 2,500 gold their lead. Jankos should be able to just smite this down. Didn't even need to use the smite.
That's not really as good anymore.
And Broken Blade's going to get knocked up here. He's got 6,000 gold in his back pocket, 2,000 gold behind Armor, who's now going to be given over another kill. Elyoya instead secures it.
Now, of course,
here in a very strong position. Zhonya's as well keeps him just that little bit more secure when it comes to team fights. Jankos dives onto Armor here, 2-level disadvantage. Jankos with the smite. Blue buff will be secured by El Yoyo, and Jankos just walks away. G2 will continue to survive for the moment. Caps actually might keep El Yoyo and Armor at arm's length.
outscale the Graves, but hang on, look at Jankos here.
He's gonna get hooked. He's gonna get knocked up with a death charge, rooted in spot, and just look at the burst. Jankos somehow able to survive though, gets out with the needlework. Rika on the chase, show stopped back. Targamas though, low already. Rika trying to survive. This one, Moonlight Vigil. Just the edge of it, just the very tip didn't quite connect as Rika falls to Blackhead. Broken Blade, it's gonna unseal his soul for the moment, and then that control ward is there. The sweeper from Targamas doesn't spot anyone out. TP coming in from Armor. Jankos goes forward. Targamas dives into the pit. Pulls them back with the showstopper. Armor already in the middle of the pit. Jankos trying to take him out. Armor's going to have to flash away. The shockwave lands onto 2. Unforgiven's already got 1 kill, but it's answered as Rika falls as well. And Jankos, the healing is absurd. The needle after needle from Jankos just heals him up, and Unforgiven. Moonlight Vigil will not even kill off Blackhead.
Max to turn the team fight into G2's favor will result in a Baron and control over the game.
And just like G2, Armor here has started up the Drake, but G2 do not want to let this one go quietly. Caps pops the plant and almost pops Armored as well, but the hook comes out. Armor's going to try and trade this one back. However, Targamas once again coming in just at the right time. Armor will secure the Drake, but Kaiser may have paid for it with his life. Pulled back into the waiting arms of Cap, who still has a shockwave but does not need it. The ball finds its mark as Caps goes 3-0-3. They've really turned the tables for G2.
One of the things that Targamas said in his little interview was that he wanted to show a lot more as Unforgiven is dead. Solo killed by Broken Blade. The E, when it's at max level, has that ability on the AD carries. Unforgiven does not flash. Now G2 is looking to break into the base.
Do we think Yone actually really needed those compensatory buffs that he got a couple of patches ago? Vedi seemed pretty strong to me, even majorly behind in the laning phase. G2 now, 4 players pushing in the mid lane. Mad, only 3 left to defend. Armor 10 seconds away, but G2 are just waiting for the second wave to arrive in this bottom lane. The gold swung so massively in favor of G2. Mr. Moneybags himself winning out this one. First split. Syncroft x Maddie yet to really find their footing, although Syncroft has had a few good games. But once again, we see an engage from a support as Kaiser looks for it. Vanguard's edge on the backline, but the stopwatch is going to do quite a lot here. Jankos gets a kill already. There's the shockwave, the follow-up. You're just too far behind. You can't do anything. Mad Lions routed. In their own engage, they were found out, and G2 will march it down. Mad Lions in control through the entire early game, but it just felt like after some point, G2 had had enough. They kept Mad Lions punching and punching and punching, but it's G2 that land the knockout blow and go 7-3.
G2 get closer and closer.